What's up, guys? Fairly Decent here, and I am bringing you another Black Ops 3 gameplay video here today. And in this video, I'm going to try to quickly go over what the updates that went through today consisted of. If you weren't aware, haven't played Call of Duty yet, or weren't paying attention, there was an update today on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I don't believe there was one for PC yet. At least nothing was announced or on their website about it. But there was one for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They both consist of the same stuff. So I'm going to quickly go over it for you here right now. Straight off of Treyarch's patch notes. They finally re-enabled the lobby leaderboard. When I say finally, the game's only been out for 2 weeks, but 3 weeks, whatever. But yeah, they brought the lobby leaderboard back. Which was a feature that was available on all the other Treyarch Call of Duties, to where you were able to hit lobby leaderboard and basically see a leaderboard with the filter for that game type that you're in based off of the people that are in the lobby with you. Meaning, you know, if there's 6 people in the lobby, you'd see those 6 people and how they compare to each other. Players are now awarded cryptid keys in arena and public matches if they stay in the same playlist consecutive matches. Team balancing was fixed so that they can have more consistent, even teams. They fixed some menu issues, basically just interface issues. They fixed an issue where hosts were able to leave as soon as the game began. They fixed an issue where white boxes were appearing for custom classes and create a class instead of your custom class. In general gameplay, they addressed where score streak kills were counting towards specialist kills for challenge completions. They fixed an issue where players were able to have attachments they weren't supposed to have after prestiging. Players are now prevented from spawning at the same spawn point over and over if there's a high player count for free-for-all and gun game. They addressed a case where players were able to spawn in after the game ended. They upped the XP for search and destroy kill eliminations from 250 to 500, which is what it used to be. I don't know why they fucking thought it would be a good idea. I want to change it back to 100 to 250. No, they should have just kept it at 500. The service score streak no longer can be destroyed by teammates' power core score streaks. The motherboard score streak, computer stuff. The mothership score streak will no longer count towards a hard counter challenge. They fixed an issue where players were randomly receiving online error messages, which I was getting all the time, where it would say I was kicked off of the Black Ops servers, and all I had to do was click play online, and it was fine. I wasn't kicked off at all. Just the game decided, nope, you're not playing anymore. They changed some stuff for specialists. Generally, all weapons and ability charge rate speeds slowed down for objective modes. And they fixed some text descriptions for specialist weapons. Who cares? Outrider Vision Pulse ability recharges slowed down. Unlock requirements for the 9th helmet for Nomad were fixed. Rejack ability recharge speed was actually increased slightly. The Hive trigger radius was reduced slightly, which is good. The Reaper, the Sith, has had its ammo reduced from 200 to 160, and the Heatwave ability recharge speed was slightly increased. Long shot distance weapons settings have been updated for all the weapon classes. They fixed an issue where some damage from shotguns were getting reduced with the long barrel attachment instead of increased. They fixed launchers not earning weapon XP for destroying vehicles, and quick draw aim down sight speed bonus for LMGs was slightly reduced. Okay, so here's more specific gun changes. The VMP, the aim down sights were slightly increased to match other submachine guns, and hip fire spread were slightly increased. For the Pharaoh, close damage range slightly was reduced, and for the Razorback, damage range was increased. For the assault rifles, KN-44, they fixed aiming down the sight view for iron sights when someone had a clan tag or kill counter attached. Gives a shit. XR2, hip fire spread increased, and minor tweak to fire rate. HVK 30, the increased ability to control recoil. The ICR, they fixed an animation issue that made a 7. Fire rate was increased, and they fixed an issue with the iron sights when the kill counter was attached. Shotguns, the KRM has now an increased lethal range. The Haymakers, fire rate and damage range was slightly reduced. Good, because people would just run around corners just bashing fucking right trigger and killing people without even trying. The Argus, the aiming down sight time was increased, and the close range damage was increased. Light machine guns, BRM, aiming down the sights was slightly reduced. The Dingo, they increased the ability to control recoil. The Gorgon, the clip size was reduced from 50 to 40. Aiming down the sights time has been slowed down. The Gorgon no longer deals extra damage to vehicles if it doesn't have FMJ. There's now more recoil and hip fire spread for Gorgon as well. The 48 Dredge, fixed magazine count on extended mag. There's previously an issue where when there's one bullet, it would still play a 6-round burst audio when the last bullet was fired. I guess they fixed that. Cares. Slightly increased the aiming down sights time. Pistols, the Elcar 9, the close damage range was slightly reduced. And for the thermite, damage rate was reduced, and it takes longer to get killed by the thermite now. There's some minor things changed to Arena, where players were getting prevented to join a post-match lobby. Well, they're now prevented to do that. And all banned items are now correctly being restricted while in game. I guess some things would get banned, you could still use it. They fixed some challenge stuff. I'm not going to go into all that. They did fix some issues with a bunch of challenges. It just says fixed issues, and it'll track progress correctly. Medals now display properly in your barracks. And they fixed some issues with some of the medals not populating properly. Now they will. A bunch of spawn things changed on most of the maps. And Nuketown had a bunch of changes where exploits were able to get taken out of the game so that people couldn't exploit. And they also fixed some exploits in zombies. And they're now getting a Dark Ops calling card if you prestige in zombies. And then just some basic small little tweaks in campaign where you're able to now use custom paint jobs in the campaign safe house, and addressed some stability issues. But other than that, I mean, most of it's pretty basic stuff that gets fixed after launch day. But they did fix some other issues that were really annoying to me, which are the random online error messages and some exploits in maps where people were able to land on things that they're not supposed to be able to land on. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really nerf any guns. I mean, just basic nerfing was aiming down sights and all that, but not much damage nerfing happening. Which is good, because right now the guns are pretty balanced for the most part, but they're trying to maintain that balance, I think, to where you can almost use any weapon in the game and it can do well, which is important for this game, because if they start trying to mess around and nerf some weapons while they're not nerfing others, then that's when they'll start running into issues with there being clear-cut guns that are super overpowered while other ones are super weak, and people are trying to play with the weak guns because they have to for challenges and such. And then no one plays anything. Everyone's using the same shit. So it's good that they're keeping things pretty powerful. Again, PlayStation 4, all the update notes that I just went over, I know it's pretty long, is exactly the same. I don't know why there's more gigs worth of data on PlayStation 4. I've gone through the PlayStation 4 update, and it's exactly the same. So I don't know. It says on PlayStation 4 it was the update was 1.03, but it was 2.7 gigs. So I don't understand why that was 2.7 gigs when the Xbox One update was only about a gig. It doesn't make sense. But again, it's all the same stuff. PC, there's no notes for PC updates. If there was an update, it doesn't have any details here for you, so can't go over that. Apologize. If there are notes that come up for a PC update, I'll go over it, even though I don't play on PC. That way, if you're unaware of how to look these things up, even though there's Google and you can just Google it, or if you're just too lazy and just want to watch videos, then that's cool too. I'll try to go over it if I find out some stuff. But if not, whatever. I'm not going to super stress on it. But here is the scoreboard real quick. I went 29-6 with 14 confirms and 1 deny. Again, the team did lose 88-80. And I started off with a pretty good streak. And then after that, I just kind of play average. But as usual, if you like the content, want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as usual, once again, thanks for stopping by, guys. Peace out.